We'll bring in political commentator Attorney Jesus Falsis. Good afternoon and welcome to Storycon, Attorney Falsis.
Hi, good afternoon, Sir Ed, Sec Ronald. Good afternoon sa lahat naman nakikinig.
Opo.
Good afternoon.
Makikichismis kami sa inyo and also to ask you what you think of the latest developments, especially with regard to Naga City Mayor Leni Robredo declaring on a local radio station that she is not seeking a national position in 2028 and that she's probably going to seek a second term as Naga City Mayor. How do you think her supporters will view that announcement?
In fact, just before you called, no, merong mga supporters si VP Leni sa isang probinsya na affected by the flood control scandal so much. They invited me kasi they wanted to launch sa May 2 ng isang blank for Leni. Itong probinsya na to maglo-launch sana ng movement na yung province nila urging VP Leni to run for president, Mayor Leni to run for president. Ngayong nag-declare si Mayor Leni sa radio, interview na kanina, nag-emergency meeting sila na canceled na yung launching nila and they will discuss their next moves. Baka i-convert nila yung movement or they will still continue with the launching to still urge Mayor Leni. So, yung announcement ni Mayor Leni is a shockwave to all of her supporters kasi meron na talagang mga revival of the Angat Buhay na chapters per city or per province. Meron na ding mga bagong movement na tinatayo to urge her to run. So, because of her radio interview, na nagkakaroon ng disruption sa ganong plans ng mga supporters. And of course, they are understandably disappointed or understandably saddened, but yun nga, they will take their stock, they will take a step back, and mag-meeting sila kung anong next moves nila.
Pero attorney, ito yung ika-fourth or fifth time ko lang narinig si Mayor Leni na nagsabi na hindi siya tatakbo. So parang hindi siya naman ganun ka-surprising. Dahil siguro ito yung latest, pero even before, I'm sure narinig mo na rin siya nagsalita na hindi siya tatakbo. Dati nga, meron pa siyang no na sinabi. At alam naman natin, noong 2016, medyo similar din yung kanyang attitude sa pagtakbo at saka noong 2022.
Parang reluctant candidate.
Di ba? Last minute nga siya nag-file ng candidacy. So, ang tingin nyo ba, attorney, from your vantage point, ito ay tuldok na talaga? Knowing na parang ganyan yung kanyang attitude before?
Well, definitely it could be a strategy, no? We all know President Duterte's famous strategy of atras abante na talagang yung media coverage tuloy-tuloy sa kanya kasi he was playing coy about it. Ngayon, si VP Leni naman, I don't want to liken her kay President Duterte because si Mayor Leni, generally, ang dating ng mga supporters dating niya sa mga supporters and with people in general, kahit hindi niya supporters, na she's a straight arrow. Now, when she says something, she will do it. But of course, politics can allow for that space na strategy siya. Kung strategy siya, ang nakikita ko dyan, 2 weeks ago, I don't know if you recall, meron siyang interview with Bernadette Centrano or with famous journalist din, na mas open-ended yung kanyang sagot in terms of running.
Yes.
And ang audience noon, ang pansin ko, is more national kasi YouTube yun hindi lang naman sa Naga. And itong interview na kanina,
Local.
baka localized kasi yung interview.
Yes.
Ang mga audience niya kanina nakikinig, mga taga-Naga. So, she might be speaking to the people of Naga and adjusting her messaging.
Yes.
That's why she was more close-minded. Yung dating ng messaging niya.
That's a consideration.
Magandang observation yun, attorney, dahil ayaw niyang maging parang Isko Moreno na kapapanalo pa lang sa Manila ay biglang tumakbo na kaagad for president sa national office. No? Parang hindi pa nga siya nangangalahati sa termino niya as mayor tapos sasabihin na niya, okay na akong tumakbo for president. Kaya
Parang na-lame duck agad.
tapos yung audience mo, yung constituency mo, parang hindi maganda pakinggan, di ba?
That's a consideration.
And if I may add, I think what will really convince Mayor Leni to run for president in 2028 will not be anyone except the people of Naga. So if we recall, noong 2022, may sinare na anecdote si Mayor Lenny noon si VP Lenny noon, na parang isang councilor from Naga or mga taga-Naga ang nag-convince sa kanya na tumakbo for president. And I think that will be the same story in 2028 na, of course, kami, yung mga supporters and specific supporters bawat province or bawat city, that will help a lot in urging Mayor Lenny to run for president. But ang magiging clincher dyan ang magiging decisive call dyan is if there's a call from Naga, from the people of Naga themselves, for VP Lenny to run again.
Meron din nagsabi kanina na baka mas definitive na talaga na hindi tatakbo si Lenny kung meron na siyang ini-endorse na iba.
For Naga.
Hindi, for president.
For president.
Oo. Isipin, pag may endorse na siya for president, baka talagang papunta na sa hindi talaga siya tatakbo. Pero for now, wala pa siyang ini-endorse.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Siyempre, kung may endorse siya na ibang candidate, more or less close na yung window niya talaga. But so far, she has not. And again, the only thing holding her back is Naga City. And if Naga City lets her go, and if the people of Naga are the one who call on her and urge her to run for president, I think she will heed that call.
But I can imagine today's announcement or this morning's announcement by Lenny Robredo would either turn off some supporters or spur other supporters into more action. What do you think ang mas matimbang?
I thought with the declaration today, many supporters of VP Lenny will be looking for alternatives. And I think that's just right. Kasi nga, we have to prepare for contingencies in case Mayor Lenny doesn't really run, kahit siya yung totga, kahit siya yung the one that got away, or siya yung parang nostalgia talaga ng mga tao na dapat tumakbo sa 2028. But if the candidate herself is not willing, then people will really look for options. And I think even if Mayor Lenny doesn't run, I think VP Sara is very much beatable because the growing movement now, even if Mayor Lenny doesn't run, is the movement right now is anybody but Sara or anybody but Duterte. So kahit si Basti ang ipalit nila, ma-impeach, ma-convict si Sara, kahit si Basti ang ipalit nila, may movement ngayon na nagko-consolidate naturally ang mga voters. Both the campaigns, Dilawan, Marcos loyalists, independents. I think there's a movement growing, although hindi pa sila nag-formalize, na to vote for anyone but Sara.
So, kung sakaling hindi tatakbo si Lenny, attorney, at kung sakaling malakas pa rin si Sara, no, sa surveys, no, ay meron ka na bang exit plan?
Exit plan. Dapat tatakin na lang nag-uusap niya na.
Hindi,
Sarap ng tawa niya.
lamang siya sa akin sa listahan
Ganun ba?
Mas mataas siya sa akin tsaka si Richard Mas mababa ako
Yeah. But seriously, seriously, nilabas yung listahan na yan na may top 40 names na nilabas si Attorney Rowena Guanzon. Without any context, but asking mga tao sa loob ng Duterte camp, kasi may friends pa din naman tayo sa mga loob ng Duterte
Buti ka pa.
na willing magsabi sa atin na that is really a hit list in terms of people she will take revenge upon. And we can see that what's the proof? What's the proof for that? We can see na yung mga supporters mismo, nung nag-announce si VP Sara na tatakbo siya, ang sabi, gantihan mo yan, balikan mo yan sa 2028. So it's not speculative na may list tapos wala lang. May meaning yung list na yun.
Pero si attorney nasa first page, ako nasa third page ako
Ilang pahina ba yan?
Ha?
Ilang pahina ba yan?
Parang marami.
Dami ba?
Oo, kaya
Sa page 1?
page 1 siya. si Richard page 2.
Lamang pa si Richard sa'yo, ha?
Oo, lamang. Page 3 ako Page 3 ako. Attorney, on a different note, may pinost ka mga 2 weeks ago tungkol sa cabinet revamp. At meron ka mga sinabi na uupo sa DOJ, DILG, etc. Do you still stick to that post? Lalo na ngayon, na mukhang merong revamp na nakaamba.
Yeah. Well, ganito po yan eh. Educated guess yung sa atin kasi after the May 2025 elections, maglalapse na yung one-year ban
Sa June.
prohibiting mga natalo sa election from being appointed. So, after May 12, 2026, the doors are wide open for the allies of PBBM like si former Secretary Benor Abalos na tumakbong senador natalo. The doors are wide open for him to be reappointed again. And it's quite clear na he's asking for either DOJ secretary or for executive secretary. But the executive secretary position is more or less filled, pero yung DOJ secretary kasi acting secretary lang yun eh. So there's space for DOJ to be filled. Basta sigurado ako, dun sa tatlong sinabi kong ma-appoint, sigurado ako may isa doon tatama.
Okay.
Si Kwan ba yun? Si Senator Trillanes or someone else?
Ang sinabi ko kasi, Senator Trillanes, DILG, Edwin Lacerda, DICT, and Benor Abalos for DOJ. Basta ang mapapromise ko, isa doon sa tatlo, tatama.
Mukhang alam ko kung sino yung isa na yan.
Ibulong mo na, sige.
Ibulong ko na.
Bulong mo na, sige. Nandiyan na microphone. Ilang Tatlong syllables. Rhymes with.
Actually, pareho eh. Parehong 5 syllables eh. Danny Trillanes, Edwin Lacerda. 5 yun eh.
Wala siya. Okay. Tony, I don't know if you were able to monitor yesterday our interview with Ranjit Rai, ang Pangulo ng Okta Research. May ilalabas sila bukas pa actually. Bukas pa yung lalabas silang Presidential Preference Survey for 2028. Pero he gave us a sneak preview yesterday. Ang sabi niya, ang number 1 is VP Sara, number 2 is Leni Robredo. But what's notable ayon sa kanya is nag-narrow significantly yung gap between the two. You remember the numbers? 33 yata si VP Sara.
From 38 to 33.
Buwaba ng 4 to 5 points.
Tapos si Leni from 9 to 21.
Si Leni umakyat ng 9 to 12 points. From 9 naging
10 to 11.
Naging from 9 naging 21. So nagnanarrow yung gap ng dalawa, and it's also at a particular time when after VP Sara announced her plans to run for president, and VP Leni has not yet announced anything. This was in March, mid-March I think. The survey was done mid-March. What do you think of that?
I'm not surprised kasi nga ako, ang analysis ko, while VP Sara is the front runner, she has already hit her ceiling. Hindi na siya tataas ng 40%. Hindi na siya lalampas ng 38 to 40%. Kasi ang unity noon, the reason why she got 62% of the votes is because combined niya yung solid north at solid south. So we can see because of the breakup of the unity, she already lost around 20+% of her votes or maybe more. So she has, ang feeling niya talaga, both the hard and the soft Duterte voters is around 38 to 40%. So she has nowhere to go but down. And ang nakikita ko dyan, magkakaroon ng trend talaga, may hunger for a candidate who is anyone na viable but Sara. And so far, ang viable talaga sa utak ng mga tao, kahit Marcos loyalist pa yan, Dilawan, Campaign, or Independent, because of what they saw in 2022, ang alam talaga nilang viable and credible or qualified candidate is former Vice President Leni Robredo. So, I'm not surprised na tataas si VP Leni the more that VP Sara goes down because she has already hit her ceiling.
But do you think if the numbers improve further, do you think that would be more convincing for VP Leni?
It remains to be seen kasi I think what will happen with survey firms right now is after today, gagawa sila ng mga head-to-head survey. Dapat yun ang gawin nila. Kasi VP Leni has said she will not run. So dapat they should explore one-on-one or head-to-head survey ni VP Sara versus Senator Rafi, VP Sara versus Senator Risa, VP Sara versus Senator Bam, and other potential candidates. Para makita talaga natin yung totoong trend.
Oh, ikaw.
Oh, okay na.
Okay na. Okay na. Wala kang mensahe para kay Tito Ronald Llamas?
Last na lang, attorney. Last na lang, attorney. Dahil may hinahamon ka kasing makipagdebate sa'yo. Ang sabi nung
Opo.
nung hinahamon mo, hindi ka naman daw kandidato for senator. So, ipo-formalize mo na ba yung pagiging kandidato mo for senator?
May ganun ba?
Para pumayag yung hinahamon mo ng debate na makipagdebate sa'yo?
Well, first of all, there's nothing stopping me from running for senator. So, if the condition is that parang i-debate niya ako, kailangan ko tumakbo ng senador, it's very much doable for me. Kasi magkikita kami sa senatorial debates sa 2028.
So does that mean you are?
Nothing is stopping me. Kasi barangay official ako, Sir Ed, tsaka Sec Ronald. If I am re-elected this year, my term will be 4 years. So kahit matalo ako for senator,
meron pa.
nakaupo pa din ako.
Okay.
Unlike her, na never pa nanalo, never pa siya nanalo ng legislative position.
Oo.
Natalo siya as PW party list nominee dahil nandaya daw siya, sabi ng Supreme Court. Hindi siya pinaupo first time. Second time, hindi siya nakakuha ng enough votes.
Tama.
So sa mga CDS na nagsasabi, hindi daw ako mananalo kahit barangay kagawad, nanalo na ako. Barangay kagawad po ako ngayon.
Yan.
Alam ko, si Ronald Llamas ang tanongin natin kasi si Ronald Llamas nakaaway rin nun nang
Ako?
pag-usapan
Sino?
natin
Sino?
Ikaw ba, may balak kang tumakbo sa pagkasenador para lang makapag-debate kayo?
Wala akong Rolex at Gucci.
Okay. I think we should leave it at that. Dahil baka matrowal pa tayo. May public ka ba?
Wala.
Okay. Maraming salamat for joining us
Thank
this
you.
afternoon, Attorney Jesus Falsis. Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Senator...
Thank you for having me.
Senator Falsis.
Si Senator Falsis, binabati po ni Senador Ronald Llamas.
Baka madaming maniwala niyan, ha? Thank you po.
Okay. Thanks for joining Story ko, Attorney Falsis.